What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are once again back with another off-season rebuild. We had two teams eliminated yesterday from the second round, that being the New York Knicks and the Golden State Warriors. So as you can tell by the title of the video, today we will be doing a Golden State Warriors off-season rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new around here. As always, greatly appreciate it. We have a sub goal of trying to reach 50k subs before this year is over. We're setting the bar very high. But let's talk about the Warriors, man. The Warriors are going to be an interesting team to follow this offseason because obviously there's a new CBA coming. I don't know exactly how it's going to affect them entirely. We're going to learn as we go, obviously, with these new rules. But Stephen Curry is the one constant I can confidently say that he'll be back. But will Klay Thompson be back? Would they trade him? I don't think so, but would they? Jordan Poole, a lot of people were suggesting to trade him away because of how bad he was and how disappointing he was this season. But at the same time, I don't know if they just want to give up on him just like that. And his value might be kind of low right now. Draymond Green has the impending player option. Is he going to accept? Is he going to decline it? If he does decline, are the Warriors going to re-sign him? There's a lot of questions. I have no idea what to expect for the Warriors. So whatever I do in this video, don't take it too seriously because I actually have no idea what they're going to do. But let's get straight into it. I know a couple guys retired that I don't think are going to actually retire in real life. So let's go ahead and fix those. But let's go straight to the lottery. It's not going to affect us because obviously we were in the playoffs. But Blazers get number 1 and we have pick 18, which is kind of nice. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with pick 18, whether we want to go in and draft another young player for the younger timeline of this team, or we can use pick 18 and get like another good player here. One thing I think this team definitely needs is another big. Looney did his work in the playoffs and he was phenomenal on the boards, but if we get like another big man, even if it's not like a huge upgrade, because the Warriors have never prioritized the big position. It feels like they've always had like Andrew Bogut, what was it, Jordan Bell at one point, Kevon Looney. So if we can get like another solid big, just kind of backing up Looney, I think that'd be fine. I don't know who I'm exactly thinking of just yet, but I'm going to look around the league here just a second for one. I don't know if I'll trade like pick 18 for a center, but if we can maybe do something before the draft, that'd be kind of nice. So I'm going to fill these two coaching staff positions out real quick. And I think the first step for me is going to be looking for another big to add to this team on draft night. Now, will we trade pick number 18 to get that big? I have no idea. But if we don't have to, and I can just get a big in a different way, then that's what I'll do. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. The NBA playoffs are officially upon us, and there's no better way to get more out of the NBA playoffs that you're watching with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to bet overs or unders on the players you love watching. Let me show you the website. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop. Currently, we're on the desktop version, and you're going to be opened up with this. Basically, you have every sport you can imagine. You got tennis, soccer, PGA, CSGO if you're into stuff like that, MMA, but we're here for the NBA. The play-in tournament is officially starting, and I'm looking at some of these props right here, and I'm feeling juicy. So all you basically do, you can choose between 2 to 6 players. This is my favorite way of getting more out of the game I'm watching. I'm already going to watch the game, so might as well have some fun with it. So let's say I wanted to go Clint Capella over points, and let's say I want to go like maybe over Tyler Hero's prop as well. You just go more and more. 2 players is 3 times your money, and you can go all the way up to 25 times with 6 players. If you're still unsure about it, here are some examples of winnings I've had in the past, and you can go ahead and sign up with my link down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 for first-time users. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So I was looking at bigs around the league before we head into the draft, and I came across 2 players. So one of them is a dream scenario, but the reason why we could get him is because he's super cheap right now, but eventually he'll be super expensive as soon as next offseason, and that is going to be the Nets' Nick Claxton. He's only making $8.75 million right now, so we could go ahead and snag him up, use this draft pick to get him, but the problem is he's going to be very, very expensive next year, so I don't know if we really want to do that. Another guy I was kind of looking at, which is someone I literally never trade for. I don't know if I've ever even traded for him before. I know for a fact I don't think I have in 2K23. But another guy I was kind of looking at is Detroit Pistons Marvin Bagley. It's someone I never trade for, like literally never. The way I would use him though is as a backup center. He averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds. I mean, Detroit already has Wiseman and Duran, so I wonder if they'd be okay with moving from Bagley. And I don't even think it would cost us a ton to get him, which is why I think I am going to go for Marvin Bagley. It's almost someone I never get. I think it'll change things up a little bit. So we're going to do this. Gary Payton almost matches the salary perfectly. It looks like it would include a little bit more in here. But if I included like Ryan Rollins in maybe like 1 second, I wonder if that would be enough to convince the Pistons, say like, hey, done deal. They don't agree to it just yet. Maybe we include Patrick Baldwin instead. I mean, that gets it done. And just like that, we we got Marvin Bagley. So Marvin Bagley is our brand new backup center. Is it the most ideal thing in the world? Maybe not, but it's different, which is why I kind of like the idea of it. And he's going to be super cheap for the next 2 seasons, only making 12.5. Of course, we could have went for Claxton, but we were going to have to pay him like 28 million next year. So which is why I went the Marvin Bagley route. So brand new big here in Golden State. I think it changes things up. And on top of that, we kept our first round pick. So we can add another young piece to the puzzle. So you have like Anthony Black, we have Raylan Rupert, we have Taylor Hendricks, Jordan Hawkins, Keontae George, Tariq Whitehead, Marcus Sasser. I think I'm going to go ahead and draft Anthony Black here, though. He could be our backup point guard for this Warriors team. Looks like he's a great playmaker. I'm going to select him here. We could have taken like Taylor Hendricks or Raylan Rupert as well, but I like the addition of Anthony Black. He could probably play right away, 76 overall, so he might crack the rotation immediately for us. Player options. So this is a big step right here. Draymond Green is declining his $27.59 million player option. Now, if you see Draymond Green decline his player option this offseason, that means one of two things. He's either going to be signed with the Warriors on a cheaper contract, or he wants more money on a long-term deal. That's how I feel. That's how I kind of look at it. So for me, I don't think it makes a ton of sense to bring him back for more money, especially in 2K. Let's talk about 2K. The man just regresses like crazy. So I'm not bringing him back. Dante DiVincenzo declining, though, does definitely kind of suck. We need to be able to bring him back. He was amazing for this team this year. Kuminga just hits like a huge stride in 2K. Will he do that in real life? I have no idea, but we're definitely bringing him back, and Moses Moody we're bringing back as well. So bringing those guys back, qualifying offers, we have nothing there. So Draymond Green, we will not be bringing back. As much as I think the Warriors definitely could bring him back in real life, he goes down in 2K like at an insane rate that I don't even feel the need to bring him back, and I don't really want to. But Anthony Black is our new backup point guard, which means I think we can move Jordan Poole to the 2, which I think is going to be fine. Does go down. We'll move him to the 2. To the 2. Stephen Curry, Anthony Black, Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole is our shooting guard rotation. Moses Moody, we can move him maybe to the backup 3, I guess, if we need to, if we want to play him right away. So let's go ahead and do that. But we are also going to try to resign DiVincenzo, so I don't know. So it's going to be Anthony Black, it's going to be Jordan Poole, and then right now it's Moses Moody. We have Jonathan Kuminga right now at the 4. And like I said, he like progresses like insanely. So I'm actually comfortable with him being the new starting 4 next year. Then Bagley and Looney are our big. So I do want to bring in another backup 4. And then I do want to get DiVincenzo back if I can. So free agency, DiVincenzo, we do have his bird rights, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him back. He was phenomenal for this team, and I would love to see them bring him back. Other than that, not a ton of great options. But if we look at the power forward position on what we could bring in, I see Draymond Green. I see Javonte Green, Derek Jones, Kevin Love, Thaddeus Young, Jordan Nwora. So like Jordan Nwora, I guess, could be interesting, or Watanabe could be interesting. But I also kind of want to look at the centers. Someone who kind of reminds me of what Bielitsa was for the Warriors is like Dario Saric. I wonder if we could bring him in and move him to power forward. He'll be able to space the floor off the bench for us, and he would be almost perfect. So DiVincenzo and Dario Saric, and unfortunately, I'm gonna renounce Draymond Green. I could see a path where they sign and traded him if Draymond Green was going to a team with a bunch of already big contracts, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure if the Warriors did that, like, I think it could hard cap them if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong by that, so don't quote me on it. But Ty Jerome is also a free agent, but I think that's going to be our offseason, man. So we drafted Anthony Black. We have Jordan Poole still, and I know some people should say, hey, trade Jordan Poole. Trade him. He sucks. He's terrible, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move DiVincenzo to the 3 because he actually goes up. So Moody, I guess, won't be cracking the rotation just yet. Kuminga's at the 4, and then we're going to move Dario Saric to the 4 as well. I don't know if he'll go up or down. It actually stayed the same, so that kind of works out. So just like that, this is the new rotation we're rolling with. So let's go straight to player progression, and let's see what it's looking like. Bagley might even jump up to an 81. Who knows? So Bagley's up to an 80. So 80 overall center. Is he going to be great at the center position? I have no idea, but it'll be fun to see if it works out. Wiggins at the 3. Klay is already going down. Kind of figured that was going to happen. He is an expiring contract, which is why it makes me wonder if the Warriors would trade him or re-sign him. I don't know what he's going to ask for. Jordan Poole, 86 overall, then Stephen Curry going down to 95. But Jordan Poole progressing is a good sign. I know the man was pretty disappointing this year, but I don't think you can sell him at his lowest. I think you got to kind of bank on what he was before. And eventually when an opportunity comes, whether it's Klay being gone, maybe Draymond being gone from this team just like helps out Jordan Poole a lot, because we all know what happened before the season started where he got punched in the face. But still, it's definitely going to be an interesting conversation to have if the Warriors would want to move on from him, but I'm just not going to do it because he's going to continue to be good in 2K at the very least. But I could see a world where I guess they traded him in real life. But enough talking on this first offseason. This is what we got done. So new rotation is Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Kuminga. They are starting Bagley, which I think is fun. Jordan Poole, Looney, DiVincenzo, and Anthony Black. So I really like it. Proficiency, we're listed at a 4-star perimeter centric. Can we be 5-star anywhere? We cannot. So I'm rolling with this for now. If it isn't going well in the season, then of course you can make changes. So shot tendencies, Stephen Curry, of course, we want that still very high. Poole, I definitely would like to see him take some shots. Clay, same thing, obviously. Looney, Kuminga, I guess since we know he's going to progress like crazy, we don't really have to mess with this, but I will just in case. Then Bagley, of course, I don't really want him taking a bunch of shots. I just need him to play a role here. So Wiggins will move to like a 73. But I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. If things aren't going well, I might stop at the trade deadline. We'll see what happens, and I will see you guys at the end of the season or at the trade deadline. So at the end of the season, Trae Young wins MVP. Vic in a Blazers jersey wins Rookie of the Year. I cannot wait to see the Blazers get #1 on Tuesday, by the way. Sixth Man of the Year, Russell Westbrook in Brooklyn. Claxton is Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, I had a chance to go get him, and I could have, but I wanted to try to change it up, so maybe I should have just went and got Claxton. Who knows? Garland Most Improved, and Quinn Snyder's your Coach of the Year. So if we don't win a championship this season, then I probably would look to get like a better rim protector at the center position. To be honest with you, that'd be the most thing I would be able to upgrade. And then Kuminga's only going to keep getting better. So we are still the second seed in the West, though. So it's not like we were bad this season. If you look at the player stats, Stephen Curry at 26, Poole with 19, 17 from Clay, who is going to be a free agent. But I've talked about this in the past when it comes to Clay's free agency. I could see a world where, you know, obviously the Warriors paid Clay while he was injured, if I'm not mistaken. So I could see a world where he kind of repays the favor and re-signs with the Warriors for like a cheaper contract. 14 or 15 from Kuminga, then 14 from Wiggins, and then 10 and 9 from Bagley. Almost a block. Bagley is not perfect by any means, but it's something different that I wanted to try. 9 from DiVincenzo, and then 6 from Anthony Black with 3 assists, and then 5 from Looney and 8 rebounds, which Looney has always been amazing for Golden State in his role. But we get Oklahoma City Thunder in round 1. So we got Bridges, Chet Holmgren, Dort, Giddey, and Shea, and this is what our roster is looking like compared to theirs. So we shall see how things go. Somebody current round, and we are going to lose in 6 in round 1. Not a great sign. It looks like Shea and the Thunder may have cooked us. So yeah, it is definitely very apparent that Bagley is not going to do it. He's just not going to, unfortunately. So you got Portland as the first seed, though, as they make it all the way to the NBA Finals. I got to see what that Blazers roster is looking like. They got Dame, Simons, Thibault, Grant, and then Wembanyama. All they needed was Vic, and they're contenders, apparently. And you got the Atlanta Hawks beating them, though. Atlanta's just that studly. So Bagley, I tried it. Lowry and Chris Paul are retiring this time around. But yeah, I tried it with Bagley. Apparently did not work, so we're going to need a better rim protector. Sacramento gets #1, Suns 2, which is insane to look at. Do we have our pick in this draft as well? I actually don't know. The Grizzlies have it. I think that might be from the Iguodala trade. Staff signing, we got Steve Kerr. We're going to keep that the same, and then I'll just grab an assistant, and I'll fill the rest of this out. And I'll be going for a better center, I think. That's the main thing. We need to upgrade if we want any chance, because we pretty much have every other position filled out. We need to upgrade that center position. We need to go for a home run. I tried for just settling. Let's go for a home run. So I tried just with Marvin Bagley, but we're changing that. I think I made a huge mistake by just not trading for Claxton earlier, which I could have definitely done. But I have a couple of guys in mind that I want to go ahead and try to bring in on this Warriors team. Of course, Embiid would be like a dream scenario, but that's not going to happen. He's untouchable, of course. That'd be awesome if I could pull that off, but it's not going to happen. So another couple guys looking like Robert Williams would be awesome too, but he's going to be untouchable or really tough to get from Boston. So another guy that makes a lot of sense is like, obviously you got like Jakob Poeltl, who's on the Jazz right now, and they already have Walker Kessler. So I feel like Jakob Poeltl would be expendable. He signed with the Jazz. The problem I have with Jakob Poeltl is he's only an 82 overall, so I don't know how much of an upgrade he would really be. The other guy I was looking at, which would be a home run in my opinion if we went and got him. We do have to give a lot of depth if we went and did it though. He's on the Spurs, and that is Kristaps Porzingis. He signed with the San Antonio Spurs, but I feel like we actually have a decent package to offer to them where he could play the center position and be like the third Splash brother, I guess, where he can actually space the floor at the center position, which is something the Warriors have never had. And of course, another guy option is like Miles Turner, who makes a little bit less. Might be a little bit easier to get. So I'm kind of looking at Miles Turner and Porzingis as options. So which one do I want is the question. I mean, both of them kind of do the same thing, although Porzingis, I think, is a much better rebounder and a much better player. So do I want Porzingis or do I want Miles Turner? That is the question. I low-key want Porzingis, but I do have to give up a way more if I'm going to do this. So I have to give up a lot of my depth just to match the salary. So Bagley, It has to include DiVincenzo, which he's got 3-star trade value, which is really nice. But it's going to have to include Anthony Black, which is going to sweeten the Spurs. And then last but not least is going to have to include Dario Saric. So our bench is getting a little bit worse. But we have Moses Moody who can step up. Kuminga will be back. And we'll just have to sign whatever we can in free agency. So it's Bagley, DiVincenzo, Anthony Black, and Saric for Porzingis to go all in and try to get something done with Stephen Curry before it's all said and done. I'm offering it, and they do agree. We have Porzingis. So Porzingis is our brand new center on this team. And I think it definitely makes a ton of sense to go all in. Stephen Curry has only got 2 more years left on his contract. He's still playing at elite level. Let's give him something that we can actually be proud of going into this next season. So then we can re-sign Clay, and we'll be off and running. And we don't have a draft pick, so we don't have to worry about this draft. So we went all in. Home run hitter. We're accepting all of these because we have no depth. So we're bringing Kuminga, Looney, Moody, and Ryan Rollins back. And then qualifying offers, Nathan Knight is a free agent. And then free agency, we got Klay Thompson, who is asking for $32 million, which is quite a lot. But I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to have to bring him back. And we do have the option to sign someone else as well, which is going to be nice. So now we have Steph, we have Jordan Poole, we have Moses Moody, we have Kuminga. So we pretty much only have a backup center and a backup small forward, which is fine. We need a backup 4. We'll be bringing a backup shooting guard. So we're going to either need a backup point guard or a backup 4 alongside resigning Clay if we want a full rotation. So we can obviously bring in Steph Curry's brother, but he goes down in overall, unfortunately, so I don't really want to go that route. Power forward options, Caleb Martin, of course, is the kind of guy you'd want on a team like this. So I think that's going to be the option, or that's going to be our choice. And then Clay, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like he's going to resign for much cheaper, but he is asking for quite a lot. I mean, can I wait till day 12 to get him? I don't know. That's just quite a lot to give to him. So I'm going to sign Caleb Martin. If Clay's not getting any offers, I'm going to wait till day 12 because I feel like we could maybe get him for a little bit cheaper. But if he starts to get offers, then I'll just offer him something. So far we're good. Clay, 0 offers still 0 offers. I am gambling a little bit here. Not going to lie to you. But the more we wait, the less his value will be. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. He does finally have 1 offer, and I'm not even going to... I mean, that's worth literally $11 million. So I doubt he accepts that, right? Please don't accept that. Okay. He is starting to think about it, though, a little bit. So I guess I'll give him a 2-year deal worth... This isn't much cheaper than what I would have wanted to pay him, but I guess I'm going to do something like that to match Stephen Curry's remaining salary. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign Klay Thompson, and then that name is Jamari Boya. I thought that said JJ Barea. I'm like, man, that's a name I haven't seen in so long, but I'm going to be bringing back Clay on a 2-year deal. Nathan Knight is also back, and here's a progression. Steph's going down and Clay is going down, which I kind of figured, which is why I didn't want to give him like a full 5-year deal. But now we have Porzingis alongside Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Kuminga, Klay Thompson, Looney, Moody, and then Caleb Martin. So we should be in a position, in my opinion, to go out here and win a championship. We got bounced out in round 1 last year. We tried with the Marvin Bagley thing. That did not work out. But this time we're running it back with Porzingis, which is something I could have done earlier, I guess. But you know what? It's fine. I tried the cheaper route, and now we went the all-in route. So here we go. 17th power rank. Here's your rotation. It's Steph. They want to start Jordan Poole this time around, which is fine. So Steph, Poole, Wiggins, Kuminga, Porzingis, Clay, Looney, Moody, and Caleb Martin. Our depth is still pretty decent with a 9-man rotation. And proficiency is a 4-star perimeter centric. We can actually be a 4.5 at 7 seconds. So why not? Let's run a 7-second system. We're going to run year 2. We're going to see how things go. And hopefully with Porzingis added to the team, this is just like a whole new level of a Warriors squad we've never seen before. Jason Tatum wins MVP. Matt's your Rookie of the Year. Markelle Fultz 6-man in a Knicks jersey. You got Giannis Defensive Player and Scoot Henderson Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff is your Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison is your executive. So All-NBA first team got Luka, Shea, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic. All-NBA second team got LaMelo, John Morant, Randall, LeBron, Vic. And here's your All-NBA third team with Stephen Curry, Trae Young, Jimmy, Zion, AD. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. So I'm hoping this time around we're about to go win another championship. So adding Porzingis to the team just added a whole new dynamic. More run protection, averaging 2 blocks per game. 17 from Clay, 19 from Poole, and then Stephen Curry is still doing his thing with 28 and 10. Yeah, 16 for Kuminga, and then 13 from Wiggins, 7 from Moody, 6 from Martin, and then 5 from Kevon Looney. So I'm hoping we can just get it done this year because Looney will be a free agent, Kuminga will be a free agent, Moses Moody will be a free agent. So this team is not going to be able to be brought back. I don't think it will be. So if we can just get it done right now and I don't have to do the rest of this rebuild, I'd feel pretty good. But CJ McCollum, Dyson Daniels, Ingram, Zion, Larry Nance in round 1. As we know, New Orleans is a team that you don't love to play in 2K. So anything can happen here. I'm going to click simulate current round. and I'm gonna hope for the best. Someone current round, and we take care of business. We beat them in 4, and then Denver upset Portland, who made it to the finals last year. It looks like, I mean, they got Buddy Hield on the team and just got much worse, I guess. Shout out to the Nuggets. But we get the Houston Rockets now, and they have Şengün, they have Jabari, they have KPJ, they added Kuzma, they have Sabonis as well. So a very good Houston team. Zachary on this team as well. Let's go game by game on this one, because I'm going to respect the Rockets a little bit more. But Jordan Poole, 27 points. Really good in that first game 1. Game 2, so far so good. Game 3, and are we about to be undefeated so far? So we go from being eliminated by the Oklahoma City Thunder with no Porzingis to adding him to the team, and so far we're undefeated in the playoffs. So that literally could not have gone any better. But now we get Denver, which the team is basically the same. The only thing they've done is added Zach Collins and then Chris Dunn, Watanabe as well, then Christian Brown and Dwight Powell. So definitely an interesting team in Denver, but I feel like we're much better. So here we go. Here goes nothing. Game 1, 1-0, 129, 121. Poole 28 and 8. Right now he's averaging 17 in the playoffs. I thought it looked like he was averaging more than that, but he's being efficient at the very least. Game 2, 2-0. We have not lost a game just yet. Is that going to continue? Have not lost a game in the playoffs, and now we get the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks looks like didn't they just come back from 3-1 on the Cavs, or was it 3-0? And they had Tobias Harris off their bench. What are you doing, Cleveland? But of course, we know Atlanta is just super annoying. I mean, we have not lost a game in these playoffs just yet, but I have a feeling that's going to change here as we do lose game 1. 26-14 from Trae Young. 33, 8-10 from Steph, 33. But unfortunately, I mean, when our guys are scoring like this and we still lose, that's not a good sign. I'm going to be honest. Game 2, down 2-0. Game 3. Atlanta is just so annoying, bro. Like, literally. Wait a minute. We're not done just yet, though. Okay. We have a game 6 at home. We could easily force a game 7. We were down 3-0. But if we can win this game 6, the backs of the Atlanta Hawks will be against the wall. But we got to win this one. Close game. We went from 3-0 to going to a game 7. What more could you possibly want? Here we go. Game 7 in Atlanta to get Stephen Curry another championship. Come on, let's come out firing, bro. Let's come out absolutely firing. Maybe I could jump into this game as well if it's a close one down the stretch. But it's looking like we're have the... Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. Hold the phone. Somewhat close. I don't think it's going to be close enough, though. Wow. So we went from a 3-0 deficit to coming back and beating Atlanta. That is absolutely beautiful. 141 to 132. And almost something that I never do, but I'm going to do it today. If you're going to watch the championship celebration, the Golden State Warriors have come back from a 3-0 deficit for the first time in NBA history, if I'm not mistaken. And we beat the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go. We got Stephen Curry another championship. I'm going to end it off that note. If you guys want to see the championship celebration, which is something I almost never show anymore, but I'm going to do it CSB style. If you guys know who that is, respect to you. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.